Okay, kick it off.
Hold on, I had to burp. Ew. Hi, freaks. We're back again with another podcast.
Welcome back, the long-anticipated episode 3. Does this shirt look familiar?
No, it's just a white shirt.
This is the freak shirt. This is the shirt that I wore to the function that exposed my sins.
Did you wash it again?
I did wash it, probably like 3 times since that day.
The mystery stain we'll never know.
I wish we had a blacklight so that we could see if it was still there.
I kind of do, but I kind of don't. I don't want to know. Sometimes ignorance is bliss. It's kind of the same idea as like when you go on the subway and you sit down and you're thinking, oh, there's probably bed bugs crawling all over this seat, but like I'd rather not know.
You know what like potato bugs are?
Yeah, like the
I
roly-poly
saw one on
ones?
the TTC. I saw
Dead?
one on the, and then
Or alive?
alive.
What's it doing down there?
So that like on a seat, like in the back of the bus.
Yeah.
And then I thought a guy was about to sit on it, but then like when he sat on the chair, it fell on the ground, and it was like on his back, so it was like
It escaped
its legs.
with his life, just barely.
Yeah, and then he rolled back over, and then he started climbing on the guy's shoe.
The TTC is actually so...
I hate it.
It's so gross. I was coming back from like this event downtown, and it was nighttime. I usually don't go on the bus at night for obvious reasons. It's gross and scary. And I was sitting down, and these 2 girls were sitting next to me. They were like young. They were like high school, right? So they were like, they were wearing like a cute girl fit, like a going out fit with like a going out top. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
There's this old guy on the other side of the bus. He looked so greasy and disgusting. And I'm saying this now because I know what he did. But, like, I don't judge people like that normally. I was like, oh, okay, it's just some dude. But he looked at them like this.
Like side eye?
Like, yeah, like side eye, but, like, really creepy and, like, gross. And so he got up, and another girl came on. She was so sweet. She looked so sweet. She's carrying a library bag. She was adorable, had little glasses on. And the bus driver tapped the brakes just a little bit, and he flew over and, like, caged her in with both his arms around her like that. And it was like all the girls looked at each other because we were like, it's not that serious. Like, we know you didn't need to do all that. Like, he was a little heavier, but even so, the momentum did not, like, And so then he was like, oh, I'm sorry. And she's like, oh, it's okay.
He did like that anime thing.
Yeah. And then
Like
the
pin
bus
her
went
against
again, and he stopped again. And then this time he went
Again.
again.
Bro,
And then
tell
the
him
girl,
to sit
and
down.
then we looked at each other, and the girls next to me, like the girls were like fucking creep, like
bro, like,
creepy.
stop.
And the other girl was so sad. She didn't like say anything. She just kind of went like.
Yeah, like.
Cause like, what do you
What am I supposed to do here?
Like, he was the greasiest, most disgusting, oily-looking, like, behemoth, like, ogre fingers. It was really nasty. And then I texted my boyfriend. I was like, it's so ghetto on this bus. Get me off. It's so gross.
I think the worst thing I've ever seen on the TTC was actually like a homeless guy spit on someone.
Ew.
So the second I was on the subway, the second the doors open, there's like a lady like waiting to come in.
Yeah.
And then the homeless guy like goes up, spits on her, and like walks away. And he curses at her. And then when she comes, like I was sitting next to like this other lady, and she like was like, oh, like here, like, oh, I only have like I have hand
like
sanitizer
tissue
and like
so,
tissue,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Cause like.
That's really
Like,
nasty.
what can you fucking do in this situation?
I don't know.
Like, the guy, like,
I don't know.
You're not gonna fight this guy.
No, it'd be
Like,
unsafe.
yeah.
You just have
He
to
has
take
nothing
the
to
spit
lose.
and leave.
Yeah, you just have to
You just have to take
pretend
it.
it and, like, move on.
That's really nasty.
That's so fucked up, like.
That's really gross, too. People on TTC are so aggressive. So aggressive. And they always come out at night, too. Was it at night?
I don't remember. This was, like, 2 years
well,
ago.
I have this kind of, like, Cinderella mindset. I must be home by midnight because I don't want to be on the TTC after then. Like, it's really gross. People are, like, always aggressive, and you find weird stuff on the TTC. Like, one time I walked in, and there was just, like, a broken bottle of, like, Hennessy just sitting on a seat surrounded by, like, fur. It looks like someone yanked fur off a dog and sprinkled it like this around, like, you're putting, like pepper on, like, a steak or something. It was really weird. It was gross.
Yeah, oh my god. There was this other time where I was sitting like I was in a packed bus or packed subway, and then this person was like once they sat down, like they clearly had like mental issues, but they had like chocolate milk, and every time like a seat was empty, like someone got up to leave,
Yeah.
they pour chocolate milk on them, so that the next person could not sit down.
What the
And I
fuck?
was so scared that they would just like
Dump it on
just
you?
dump it on
That's
like, us as a
weird.
public,
That's
like,
really
us standing.
weird. He's watering the seats.
They were with chocolate milk.
That's really,
It was
really
disgusting.
weird.
Like everyone was like, what the fuck?
Have you ever offered your seat to like somebody, like an older person, and then they refused to sit down?
No, I've never offered my seat. No,
But you're really outing yourself here as an asshole.
I'm trying to
eh?
remember. I've offered my seat before,
Yeah.
but like not in like probably the past 2 years. Like I've never come into like.
Have you never
like
come
that.
into that situation, or are you just not aware of your surroundings enough to realize? It's
No,
okay. You
like,
can be honest, Evan. You
I'm
can be
aware of my
honest here.
surroundings. I'm like you know like one of those people that are like just perceptive, you know. Like if I'm on the subway, I'm just looking at the other people.
I feel like that's just called like survival skills. That's you. That's just the basic survival skills you need to use
But
the
when I
DTC.
watch these other people, like when I just like look around, they're all like dialed in on their phone, or they're all like focused on something random that they're not paying attention to anyone around them.
I don't know about that because I do the same thing. Like I don't like looking at people on the subway, but I like to just like know where
glancing around,
everyone.
like, people
yeah,
watching.
yeah, but like
But
you don't
when
like
I do
people
that, I don't
watch on
see
the
other
subway
people
because
pe-
like
But
sometimes
people
it's
don't people watch
dangerous to
me.
make eye contact with some of these people because
Yeah.
they'll lock eyes on you and they'll mumble and they start talking about random stuff and they won't stop talking. I've ran into a few guys like that, and it's always guys who ex-military guys because he started ranting about like the troops and Afghanistan and stuff. Maybe I shouldn't say that.
I've seen people that are like I've ran into
It,
people,
it makes me actually really sad because like I feel like
like they're traumatized.
like they're traumatized
Yeah,
and they don't
like
have
they have
help,
PTSD.
like used and then left like abandoned, you know, like PTSD and like I mean I assume you see some stuff in Afghanistan so that changes you forever. So like it actually does make me pretty sad.
Yeah,
And then where are they now? On the subway,
yeah, just like.
scaring the bejesus out of me.
Do you think these people just ride the line back and forth, or do you think they actually have somewhere like to go?
I don't know. Have you ever rode the train back and forth?
No, but like
It's crazy.
I feel
I've
like
never-
like.
At what point
Are they
would you
going
do-
somewhere? Do they have somewhere to go? Like, in general, like
It kind of
these
makes
people
me
that are,
like I've never thought about that. I was like, oh, like they spawn, but like they're real people, like with real
Yeah.
places to be.
I'm sure they actually have somewhere to go. Cause I'm sure I've seen them like leave, get off at specific
I
stops.
don't know.
But I don't know what they do.
Reminds me of the corn lady one time. I was on the bus. She came. She was really mad at for some reason.
Corn lady. Is she
Yes,
famous
yes.
Or something.
No, but she had corn. Her teeth were very yellow, like gold almost, and she was eating corn on the cob. And she had a bag of like dried corn with her. She's just like going ham on that thing. And every time
She
she
had
would
corn
talk,
on the cob and a bag of corn.
yes, and she was screaming at people on the bus. And every time she would scream, a bit of corn comes out of her mouth because she's eating, like
Yeah.
actively eating corn on the cob. And there was like kernels flying out and about. And then when she got off the bus, she took her dried kernels and threw it at a car. Actually, I've seen the corn lady multiple times. If you're ever on the 16, you'll see the corn lady sometimes.
Is she notorious? Like, do people?
No,
know
well,
her as the corn lady?
I just call her the corn
You
lady.
just made it up.
Well, I just
You
call
were
her the
just
corn
starting-
lady.
Yeah. Now that people
Maybe
are
ma-
grouped together. They're gonna-
Actually, I haven't seen her since like the pandemic.
Isn't it
so-
scary when you stop seeing them?
Kind
'Cause
of.
you're
Like, I
this
want to know
person
where she is now. She's
be dead.
obviously unwell, but I hope she has her corn wherever she goes because she likes corn. So much that her teeth are starting to look like corn kernels. I think she needs to brush them. But I think there's a lot more that she also needs. So, yeah.
If you had one wish, what would you use it on?
Anything in the world
Yeah.
unrelated to transit.
Yeah, in the world, yeah.
Can I
Like a
can I
genie-
can
a
I
genie
be like
who's
the
like-
can I be that person who says I wish for more wishes?
No.
Okay, I wish for
Like a genie comes and says you have one wish.
I would probably want the power to create anything out of thin air. I could create money out of thin air,
And what would you do with that?
spend it. the fuck am I gonna do? Save it when I can create anything?
World hunger and stop all wars.
Okay, but consider this: if you could shut up, if you could create money out of nothing, you could spend all that money and donate it, or even start your own thing
I
to help
asked you what
solve.
you would do with it, and you said spend it.
Yeah, spend it on good
Personally,
things.
I would
Spend
do
on
it-
good
personally,
things.
I would be selfless, and I would.
This
use
is
my
coming from
wish.
the same guy who says he's never given up his seat
I've
on the
given up my
bus.
seat. I've been so nice with giving up my seat that if multiple people come in and like let's say a
You say,
group
"Come
of-
sit on my lap."
if like 4 people
What?
come and sit down and like I'm in the spot that like prevents these 4 people from sitting together, I'll get up and I'll be like,
Wow!
"You guys can
Everybody
sit here, I'm
bow
just
to
gonna go to the
Evan.
empty spot."
Look at how selfless he is.
Literally, I'm like
Literally
here,
the
just
hero
so that you guys
that
can sit as a
Scarborough
group.
needs.
Just so you guys can sit together, I will personally get up
Okay, and we know how much
And be
energy that's
selfless.
taking.
and consider it.
Okay, fine. What
And
would
generous.
you do with $1 million? Don't say solve world hunger because I already know.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'll probably buy a Cybertruck.
Bro, that's so stupid. Cybertrucks are so ugly for the record. I know you saw
so
one on the
nice.
street. It looks, from the back, it actually looks like a coffin on wheels.
It's so.
It's
cool.
rectangular,
It's
like
so
a
cool,
coffin.
there's no other car like it.
Because it's ugly.
'Cause
Nobody.
it's special.
It's kind of like how people talk about like Gucci and like all those designer brands that come out with obnoxiously ugly fashion, and then people buy it because it's like, oh, it's like
Yeah,
has a
but
high
the-
price tag and it's cool. But like if H&M came out with it, you already know that shit would be on the clearance rack faster than anything else in that store.
If another car company made the Cybertruck, I would still want it.
I
It's
am calling the
visually, it's
biggest
cool.
cap. No, it's
It's
not.
cool. It's awesome.
It looks like a car that like I used to draw in like 5th grade. Because I actually didn't know what cars looked like. I just thought rectangle with the door.
But like, imagine like you'd be the only. It's just cool. Like if everyone has it, then it's not as cool. But if you're like one in like 100 that has like this car, I think it's like
As a designer thing,
this
sure.
is so cool.
So with $1 million, if you could ask for anything in the world, you would choose that Cybertruck.
I mean that Cybertruck isn't gonna cost $1 million.
Okay, I know, but actually it might. Cars go really expensive.
It's probably cost like. Probably it low key costs like 100K.
100K isn't a.
I have no idea.
I thought maybe
but I know.
it was a little less expensive than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know. I thought it would be $1 million. Like a Porsche's $1 million.
No, it's not gonna be $1 million. $1 million you could probably buy a plane with.
You can't buy a plane for $1 million. Actually, maybe you can.
I'm almost sure that you can buy like a small jet for 500K.
Huh.
So $1 million, you could probably get like a.
Okay, I feel like it's the fuel that will eat you up if you have a private. What are we
Yeah.
talking about? Like we're so
I wouldn't
far
buy
off
that.
from
I
having
wouldn't buy
private
that
jets.
If I had that, if I had $1 million,
Okay, if you had any wish in the world, what would you have, or what would you ask
I would
for?
end world hunger and solve all conflict.
But can we acknowledge that my answer doesn't necessarily mean I wouldn't do that either?
But you only had one wish.
Yeah, I could to create anything out of thin air. I can create food. Boom, world hunger solved. Food right to your doorstep. I'll put Uber Eats out of business.
But then you're also not immortal. So like once you die, like this.
Well, I don't
this
think I would want to
power-
be immortal.
This power is gone. So like, how is the world gonna function after?
Okay, fine,
after
fine.
having a dog?
I create. Here's what I do. I create another Earth. Okay, this one that humans aren't allowed to touch. This is completely for like agriculture and growing like food and resources to sustain the Earth that we've already fucked up. And then I create like space shuttles that go back and forth so that we can constantly like replenish that other planet. And we can constantly have like a flow of resources coming in.
So you build another world just to steal from it.
No, but because if we let humans on that world, we're gonna turn it into the exact same thing that we have here. So if we just keep that one as kind of like a farmland type of thing, we can constantly have a flow of like food and fresh water and stuff because we'll leave it alone like we'll properly use it
I
as
feel like that's
agriculture.
not how it works.
What do you mean this? You gave me.
Because like the ecosystem.
You said anything.
So if you take the water from that world,
yeah,
how's the water?
water is still
How's,
water.
how's the water cycle gonna work there with less water? Are you gonna come back with your dirty water?
Sure, that could be a thing. We'll
And
have
then you
water
pollute the
treatment
water,
plants.
and then
Okay,
you pollute the water.
okay, maybe it's not that thought out, but like
Like,
Objectively, being able to create anything out of thin air is one of the best superpowers you could ask for. Boom, you can retire right away. You never need money. You never need a job. You can solve world hunger.
You're basically saying I get unlimited wishes.
Yeah, basically.
You're like, oh, if I can have unlimited wishes, I want the power to create anything I want.
If you have money, you can have power.
I want the power to have unlimited wishes.
No,
to grant myself a million wishes.
No, I'm just saying, like.
Because instead of wishing for money, you'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna make money.
Yeah. If
you can't choose that.
Why not?
You can't choose.
You said anything. You didn't have any like terms and conditions to my wish.
Because that one, it's just like, you could solve one problem in the world.
I don't know. Because I feel like. I don't know.
Climate change?
I guess so. I guess so. I'd reverse.
Hunger?
But at the same time, like a lot of the things that cause climate change, like for example, like agriculture, we also need because we need like food because there's so many humans. So like say I reverse that, right? Like does that mean all the farmlands is like depleted like drastically to the point where we're now in like a food shortage?
If you reverse agriculture?
Yeah. Like when you say get rid of global warming, like even if I completely clear the skies and the air and the water, isn't that just gonna all to come back? That's not the root problem. If I had to choose, like, and all the root problems come back to humans, and at the same time, like, wouldn't solving climate change without addressing the root problem just bring it back? But you can't really address the root problem without negatively impacting humanity.
Okay, young Sheldon.
No. So I don't know. I would choose to. I still stand by the first thing I said.
Unlimited wishes.
Unlimited.
Power.
No, I said create anything I want out of thin air. What? It's objectively the smart choice.
It's
if I could,
the same thing.
If I couldn't have that, I'd probably choose like instant teleportation because I feel like I'd have the most uses out of that in my day-to-day life.
So you just go to work and go home?
Yeah. During lunchtime,
Cancun.
instantly transport back to my bed. No need to pay for airfare. Why is airfare so damn expensive? Thousands of dollars to on a trip to Asia. Like that's really expensive. I want to travel to Asia, but I don't want to pay that money. Part of me just wants to like hitchhike on a ship or something.
There's like shortages everywhere with every industry. Like I feel like I'm pretty sure there's like a pilot shortage.
Oh, there probably is.
So that's why like
there probably there
are so
is.
Expensive, yeah.
I heard planes are really like hard to be profitable. The airline industry is very hard to be profitable.
Yeah, because it's so competitive.
And also
there's so many airlines.
And also, you know that girl Erica the lawyer, on TikTok, who tells you like, hey, my flight's been delayed. What can you do about it? And she's like, oh, actually, we have like.
I know people who make that kind of content.
Yeah.
But I don't know
She's
her.
Erica the lawyer.
She
talks about like plane stuff all the time, and planes have like crazy like promises to their customers. Like if you're late or if you have your baggage issue, you have to pay out. Those type of perks, like, I don't even think they're honoring them anymore.
Oh, like if your flight's super delayed or something?
Yeah, and you're supposed to have like a benefit from the airline, but they're not really honoring them anymore because it's expensive. They got in hot water for that.
Yeah.
Personally.
Because I'm sure there was like a wave of like things getting like all flights getting delayed, that they're like
during COVID because everything kind of fell apart.
They're like we can't actually honor all of this stuff.
At this point, just strap me to the side of a carrier pigeon. I'll strap me to the side of the plane. You know, it's so expensive. If it weren't for the cost of traveling, I would travel a lot more. I hate spending money on traveling. Like the bus feels like a waste to me. Plane tickets feel like a waste to me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like to spend the money just to get
to get there. It feels like a scam. I know it's not, but like it feels like a scam. You know what I mean?
Price you have to pay.
I'd rather walk, to be honest.
You'd walk to Mexico?
It's kind of like how like $1,000 on like an all expenses paid like resort isn't a lot at all. But like $1,000 on like a plane to get to that resort is way too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just not worth it to me. In my mind, it's not like I can swim over, but like It's not like I can walk over. It's the only option, but like, it's not worth it.
Yeah, gotta pay to go to these places. I feel like if I was a celebrity, I would be the worst celebrity ever.
You can't just transition like that.
How am I supposed to transition?
Like that?
Speaking
Can
of
we
travel-
edit? Can we edit one of those like Hannah Montana, like whoa, 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 over your transition? You've entered
Speaking
the
of
net.
traveling places,
Yeah.
I think if I was traveling as a celebrity, I would be the worst celebrity ever. Do you know who that guy? Why am I forgetting his name? The fragrance guy, Jeremy.
Jeremy Fragrance.
I feel like I would be like him.
He's not the worst celebrity. He's not. I barely call him a celebrity.
Okay, I don't like. I don't. When I say
He's
the
an
worst,
influencer.
when I say the worst, I'm not talking about like evil ones.
Okay.
Like, go on an island or something and do crimes. But like, I mean, the evil in like the sense of like,
Unhinged.
he'll be like, oh, like let's take a photo together with someone who doesn't ask for a photo.
Oh no, Jeremy Fragrance is a specimen that must be studied.
I feel like I would be like him.
I guess so, but something about him, when you look in his eyes, you can tell a few screws are off. Like
Yeah,
if you
he's-
like the head is just for decoration at this point.
His eyes are like.
He has the crazy eyes. I'm not even saying that because his eyes are blue, by the way. He just has the crazy eyes. But I feel like the people who have crazy eyes and the people with blue eyes, they share a good portion of people, you know, in those two groups.
I can see that, like how starkingly.
Like starkingly like blue it is.
Yeah.
And he's the way he stares. Why would you be like him when you're a celebrity you can choose any persona, honestly.
Because I would just be like, hey guys, you want to take a photo with me?
No.
They'd be like, what?
Who are you?
They'd be
Wait,
like-
what would you be famous for though? It entirely depends.
For being myself.
Mm.
For Beauty and the Freak Show. Because I've had situations where I've done that in real life. Where people were like, hey, are you the guy who creates content? And then, are you the guy who runs the social media for our company? And I'm like, yeah, do you guys want a picture? And they look at me like, they don't even side eye me. They come up like super excited, like smiling. They're like, hey, are you the guy who creates the social media? And I'm like, yeah, do you guys want a picture? And they're like,
Isn't that the sweet spot though? You're like popular enough to be noticed, but not enough to be harassed. Isn't that kind of the sweet spot?
well, what if I want to be harassed?
No, you don't.
What if I want people to be like, can you please sign this?
No,
Can
but
you
you
please have my
don't.
autograph?
At that point, it becomes annoying because you can't do anything in peace.
And then I start being mean to them.
Yeah, but then you get canceled for that.
And I'd be like, guys, go away.
You kind of like
I'd
want to
be like, guys, AI exists.
Ugh,
Just Photoshop exists, guys.
I don't know. I don't think you want to be famous. I don't think you want to be famous.
What do I want to be then?
Rich. You want to be rich but not famous. You want to be like those guys from Maroon 5 that nobody knows.
Are they rich?
Probably. Royalties off their music? Crazy. You want to be like everybody in Maroon 5 except Adam Levine for multiple reasons. But, like, name one person from Maroon 5 that you know, aside from Adam Levine.
No one.
Exactly. Rich as fuck, but not really known. That's what you want to be.
Are they really rich, though?
Probably. Every one of their songs has, like, multi-millions, if not a billion, like, streams on Spotify. I bet you get a lot of, like, commission off that. Surprisingly, Maroon 5 has a lot of hits, I will say. Like,
Yeah.
they have a lot of hits, but no one ever
Pop
says
hits,
that
yeah.
Maroon 5 is their
It's their
favorite
favorite band?
No, I feel like every Maroon 5 I've ever listened to was involuntary.
From the radio.
Yeah, from the radio, but it does well. You want to be the Maroon 5 guys.
Is that what you want to be?
Yeah.
Would you rather be overpaid,
Overpaid.
or underrated?
Ooh.
So would you rather have the money or the respect? I'd be overpaid.
I'd be overpaid too. Is that bad of us? I don't know.
Because I don't want to be the underdog constantly fighting.
That's true.
I'd rather be the person
I don't know if
at
I'm
the top.
I don't know if I'm passionate about anything to continue wanting to do something even though I'm severely underrated. Like if like I just give up. Is that bad? I don't know.
Maybe you have to think of like what field you want to be underrated in. Cause
I
like,
would like to be underrated in like something like really cool like street fighting or something.
so you're gonna get into street fighting.
No, like just having like a skill like that or like a sport or singing or art maybe.
Like what if like if you're an underrated content creator, that
No,
sucks.
that sucks.
Because then you're like, so it's like, oh, you guys love my content more than these people, but I'm not getting paid as much as these people.
Yeah.
So it's
Maybe
like, I don't wanna
maybe
be,
something underrated where you still get to make money.
But like, let's say it's like you make a living, but like overpaid is like you're comfortable. Like you can just
Like the
chill.
Kardashians.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want
Yeah.
to? Aside from the part where you're actually famous and people know your name and like they stalk you sometimes and aside from that, you know? Like do you ever wonder like who's the richest person on earth? You probably don't even
Yeah,
know
you
their
probably
name.
don't know
You
that.
don't know because they're rich enough that they're hidden like or they're rich enough to know that it's better to just be rich and not famous.
Yeah. I mean, they know like if people hate rich people.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's like I'm not gonna like
but
put my name out there.
But like objectively there is a single person on earth who's richer than everybody else.
Yeah, yeah.
I wonder what their life is
Probably
like.
like in a palace.
Probably so crazy that we can't even comprehend. What's the richest thing you've ever seen anybody do?
I know one of this. I know this isn't like the rich, but there was one time where I went out to like get food with someone.
Mm-hmm.
So we went to Popeyes, and that person got like.
Don't. Oh my
That person
god.
got like 3. No, it's not. It's not where you think it's going. But that person got like three chicken strips and like a bottle of water. They ate one chicken strip. Took a sip of the water, threw all of it in the garbage. A sealed water bottle. They took a sip, sealed it back up, threw the whole thing in the.
Never
in the
mind.
trash.
That's pretty. I don't know if it's giving
That's
like
not rich, but that's,
just
like,
like
ignorant.
spoiled like
Yeah, that's like, bro, what? You could have just brought the water home.
yeah. That's just weird. We had this kid in first year university who bought like I would say a monitor bigger than that TV there, like a computer monitor that arched all the way. I think it was like a 49-inch. I don't even know if they sell them, but it arched all the way around his desk, like an
Oh, yeah.
actual curved TV. And then he bought an entire gamer setup, like a professional gamer chair, a professional one of those like you know those computer things that have like the whirring like thing inside and it's rainbow and the rainbow like light up keys and
no,
everything.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Just to play a game that his new friend from university suggested that he play. Like, he didn't need to do all that.
Did he like it? Did he continue?
He
playing?
played, like, once or twice. And then he also used, like, his MacBook to pour, like shots on and used it as, like, a tray. I was like, that's fuck you money. And then he had a mini fridge, but it wasn't a mini fridge. And he had, like, proper alcohol in there. Like, bottles of, like, real, like, Hennessy and, like... So this was in first year university, too. And then he moved because the university, like, dorm that we lived in wasn't pretty enough. He wanted to go to the brand new residence that was constructed. And it was too, like, normie where he was
That's
with
what I need
us.
to be on.
He literally left halfway through the year because he said the dorms were too ugly for him. Yeah.
I need to be on
Sometimes
that.
sometimes I think about him. He had snake skin shoes that he just kept in his closet for some reason. Never seen him wear it once. Oh, but that's because I probably shouldn't say that. But
Was he an international student?
well, he had international money,
Yeah.
not an heir, but like a family member. Told me all about. I probably shouldn't say that because like I actually might get in trouble. Be like nailing them for like tax stuff that they apparently did. Not that I would know. Not that I would know. Nothing I say here is actually like. I'll tell you later. But really, I've never seen somebody as rich as him. He had like designer stuff as a first year in university. Like you don't need all that. It's never that serious. The moral of today's podcast is one day we hope to be fuck you rich. Like fuck you money rich. Like
What would you do if you were that rich?
buy Popeyes, take a bite, throw the rest out. I don't know. Honestly, I'd probably do something for the better good of humanity. Don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that.
I'm inspirational.
Uh-huh.
Who put that idea in your head?
I already had that idea in my head. Thank you very much. What would you do with it? That's a really devious.
I'm thinking who I want to save. Who I want to save
Why did
first.
you say multiple people?
Who first?
An individual?
Yeah, individually.
You're gonna save the world one person by a time at a time?
That's just save one person.
The world is never getting saved.
There's that superhero rule. Just save one. So I save one person and then like I'm.
Isn't the rest of that saying it's okay for that one person to be yourself?
I don't think so.
That's what it's not.
I think it's like you can't like sometimes you can't save everyone. Just save one person.
And it's okay if that one person is yourself. Is that not the end of that quote?
I don't think so.
Was that a fever dream or something? Did
did
I
you
just
see it?
tack
What'd
on
you
the
hear
end
it
of
in?
that? I don't know. Like TikTok or something?
This is from like Justice League.
Oh, never mind. I didn't watch Justice League. But the point being,
Point being, just save one person. Just be kind of one person. Just make one person's day. You know, that's what I would do. I would make one person's day for the rest of my life.
so like you're like your wife, ideally.
One stranger. I'd make one stranger's day. I would be kind to one stranger a day.
Why can't you be kind to multiple strangers a day?
Because you could you just save one person. What would you... Okay, realistically, what I'd do...
What?
I don't even know what I'd start with. If I was super, super rich.
I would go to grocery stores and pay off people's grocery bills.
What if they start getting greedy?
Well,
be
the
like,
point
"Hey,
is,
can
the
you-"
point is, you don't say, let's hold someone's hand, take them in, and say, "I'll buy you anything you want, sweetie." It's like at the checkout, you're like, "Okay, here, just tap my card."
What if he's like, let me get one more thing?
I would let them. Groceries
It
are
goes back to the
expensive.
TV.
I would. Oh, I would say go get some more cheese or get some more like
Just
deli
like,
meat
let
or
me get
something.
one more thing. My kid really wants this PS5 game.
I would let them get a PS5 game.
He's like...
But we need a PS5. We need a PS5 though.
They're like, they really want this game. They're like, okay, sure, whatever. They also need PS5 to play. And they also need a TV.
Or I would pay off people's tuition. I feel like people would appreciate that.
Who? Like, whose tuition would you
Students.
pay? All every student?
Maybe no. You know
I
what I
think
would do?
they're that
I would be if I would go undercover, and I'd like talk to people, and like if they're like a nice person who's just like nice to me, I would pay off their stuff. Mean what? What is like take?
So I go to school, and if you're my friend, then I'll...
Not if you're
nice
my
to
friend.
me-
Just have like a random conversation with somebody, you know.
Okay,
or
what if
I do that like riddle stuff where it's like I drop my wallet and like if
Social
you
experiment?
return it, yeah, if you return it,
You like, here's a check for $20,000.
yeah, I'd be one of those people, and then I could you can make content out of
You're
that.
like, yo, I forgot my wallet. Could you please buy me food? I'm really, really hungry. I haven't eaten since yesterday.
Okay, I don't know if I do all that,
And
but
they're like, sure. And
Yeah.
you're like, thanks, here's $20,000.
I give them more if I was like
20
if I was rich.
You give them more than $20,000?
Yeah, if I was rich, like at some point you're so rich that you don't.
You think that
need
guy
any.
that you're talking about could even give $20,000 to his friends? Not friends. I mean strangers like that.
No, he's not that rich.
So I mean, if
Like
you're
his uncle was that rich.
But he doesn't. He's probably not handing out money like that.
He's not handing out money like that. He
Uh,
just kind
no
of gets
rich
it,
person
trickles
is really
down
doing
the
that.
family, the bloodline. Like, you know, it's inheritance money. You don't really get it until they die.
Yeah, but
his
they're like
uncle.
living good.
Oh, they're living really good. A lot of tax stuff going on. Tax evasion, tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is legal, but tax evasion is not. Misappropriation of funds. I probably shouldn't say any of that, but like,
Maybe you should be like Mr. Beast.
that's what I was thinking of. Is that not stuff Mr. Beast does?
Oh yeah, sometimes yeah. Like
Yeah, like go
paying
in
for
and pay off
100
people's stuff.
people's, like,
Or
treatments
I'd
for-
go to people and like I go to the park and randomly talk to somebody and then like what's your story? And like, they're like, oh, like.
So
I
what
just-
story would grant them?
I don't know if they were like really nice and talking about, oh, like I just got a new car or whatever. I'd be like, I'll pay that off for you. Or I don't know if if there was not okay, like what if it's like a beat up like Honda, Toyota, whatever. I don't know my car brands.
What car do you drive? They're like, get off my ass. Why are you asking me this shit?
Some
for?
people just like talking to random people.
So you're like, oh, like where do you work? What car do you drive?
Or like,
What's their
oh
house?
no,
How
you know
big
what
is
I
your
would
house?
do? I would go to find like I would go to people who are like who just had kids or whatnot, and are like in low income areas who are like struggling to find like formula or stuff or like diapers, and I'd give them money. I feel like new parents are people who need money most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd give
Most
them
of
money.
Families, yeah.
Now they just have to worry about sleep and money, 2 things new parents need most. So I feel like that would be nice.
Money's the root of evil.
Yeah, but if you don't have money, like money. Well,
Yeah,
what's the
yeah,
saying?
if
What's
you don't
the
have money,
money
then-
doesn't bring happiness, but a lack of money will certainly bring unhappiness. Right? Right?
Not necessarily.
What do you mean not necessarily? If you don't have enough money, you're going to be unhappy. But just because you have money doesn't necessarily mean you will be happy.
What does like Bob Marley say?
Bob Marley's dead.
But he's like I'm not rich in money. I'm rich in like
In what? Like hugs?
in love. Yeah.
Well, it worked out for him.
Would you rather be rich in money or rich in love?
Why can't I be both?
Because people don't like rich people.
So you're saying if I'm rich, nobody will ever love me. So I can't ever be rich.
I think it's harder. Doesn't when if you were like a billionaire, don't you think it'd be harder to find people who actually like you for you?
That's why people pretend that they're like less rich than they actually are. I feel like a lot of rich people who are still in the dating market do that type of stuff.
They pretend to be
Yeah, like pull up in like
normal.
a normal car, wear normal clothes, don't reveal yourself until the end. That's some like fanfic type of shit.
But then is it like crazy?
But no,
Rich Asians?
that's some fanfic type of shit. You know what? I wouldn't mind being YN in those stories. But if we're actually talking like if we're actually talking like in real life here, I feel like
Yeah. Would you rather be like the people's favorite, like, or rich?
I told you rich. I don't need to be nobody's favorite. I just need to have my bills paid. Maybe get a refill on my nails. And I'm happy. Get some sushi maybe. Fly to Asia, have a little trip. And not have to worry about my plane ticket. I think the goal in my life should just be like being able to afford the little luxuries. Like the upgrade in like a McDonald's meal without having to worry. Or like
So like make an extra $20,000 or something.
I guess. Or like getting the shirt that looks just a little bit nicer.
Why don't you get the upgrade?
It's because I'm like, it's not worth it. It's a few bucks, but like, it's not worth it. And McDonald's meals are expensive now. Like, one visit to McDonald's will ring you up like $20. Or maybe I'm just eating a lot. What? It's true.
You be sounding like you already upgrade your meal.
Okay, maybe not that much, but it's definitely more than like I would want to spend on fast food. If my bill is any larger than like $20, I might as well go to an actual restaurant.
Yeah, but I feel like actual restaurant food is like the same.
Mm-hmm. Either way. Yeah. That's all I gotta say.
Alright, leave them off with one last note. What's your wisdom? How does someone get rich?
You have to be a little evil to get rich, I think. Just a little
Not
bit,
evil enough?
just a little unethical. No. I feel like Evan, deep down, you have a pure soul. Just it's enwrapped in like this just weird like.
I'm too kind.
No,
I'm an empath.
No, I don't think that's
I'll
it.
be like, too much money. It's hurting other people. It's hurting other people. I can't take it.
I hope one day you're rich enough to like be. I hope one day you're rich enough to be like, hey Cameron, I remember you. Here's $20,000.
When I said I would be the most evil celebrity, this falls under it.
What?
I'm not. I feel like I'm like no handouts.
Never mind.
You guys.
You
find your
can't
own
be
journey.
saying shit like I'm an empath and then saying you're on your own. You're on your own journey in the same fucking breath.
I'm an empath, but you're on your own.
He's not an empath.
Unless you need the money.
Yeah, I need the money.
For what? For more McDonald's?
That's a lot. $20,000. That's 200 meals for me. Hell yeah. I mean, I think I would.
I feel like the fastest way to go broke is to like be handing out $20,000 to your friends.
Yeah, but only if you're rich. Like I'm talking like if you're a multi-millionaire, like about to be a billionaire type rich. I hope you remember me and spare me some pocket change.
Yeah, that would be like some pocket money to me.
Okay. We're in a race to reach $1 million bajillion trillion dollars.
We're in a race. The first million is the hardest
Oh, shut up.
to make. Your second million is easier to make than your first million.
You can start one of those finance like podcasts.
Yeah, that should be a finance
We'll
podcast.
become a 5-month pod. Guys, you just have to stop spending your money on Starbucks, and you'll be able to afford a house in no time.
No more $15 purchases.
Seriously, just
And
no more Spotify. That's what's causing you to not be able to afford a home in this economy.
Yeah, just
The young people just don't want to work.
Just let your mind wander when you're bored. Just pick up a book. Go
You
the
have to start
library.
handing your resumes in person too. You have to have a rich father who lets you become the next CEO of the company.
Do you have that?
That's how you become rich. No.
Then we're not.
Man, I
that
need
rich.
some nepotism in my blood. I need some nepotism going on because otherwise I'm fucking cooked.
This is our way out.
This is our way out.
The podcast. This is how we make it
We're
out
making
the
out
hood.
the trenches.
This is how we make it out. It's up to you guys.
One 30-minute podcast at a time.
If we make it big, I will give every subscriber $1.
He's lying. $1? Actually, he might be telling the truth.
$1 for all the first 100 subscribers.
Okay.
50 cents
You
for
have
the
to
next.
you have to pinky promise the camera.
Pinky promise, I'll give you guys $1 each.
That is an offer you can pass up.
As long as you forward this to your friends. And then when the time comes, I will ask for proof. That
Do we
you-
even have one follower?
Probably. I think we have 2 subscribers.
Oh, great.
They might both be my like other accounts. But they're watching here. We're manifesting it.
Okay. Well, so long, freaks. Until the next episode. Goodbye.
Goodbye.